What's going on, guys? Days here. Just got back from eating some prime rib, wine glass in hand, ready to enjoy some games of Call of Duty. But before I did, I thought I would check Twitter to see if anything new with the Mr. Beast situation has been happening. And holy shit, Jake the Viking, the brother-in-law of the pedophile on Mr. Beast's payroll, has gone full damage control mode, spurging at every single YouTuber, calling him out for being a disgusting fuck who's victim-blaming an 11-year-old girl and defending a pedophile. So without further ado, let's take the gloves off and get right into this. Turkey Tom said, Jake the Viking constantly tweeting about how Mr. Beast knew about Chris Tyson being a creep, only for it to come out his own brother-in-law, who worked for Mr. Beast, is a literal sex offender, which Jake knew is so fucking funny. So just because I know someone who did something bad and was convicted means I can't call out others for doing bad? That's a wild take, Tom. Yes, you can't call out others for being a creep when you're defending one yourself. It completely removes any credibility you might have. You were so quick to hop on the Mr. Beast bandwagon and talk about how bad he was, but when it got revealed that you're part of the problem too now, oh, now it's a bad thing. But trust me, it only gets more fucking embarrassing from here. Keemstar says, Nick Merckx versus Chris Tyson update. Team Chris Tyson puts a point on the board as Team Nick Merckx supporter and former Mr. Beast employee Jake the Viking, who's been calling out Chris Tyson for inappropriate conversations with minors. Damn, Keemstar's treating this like the fucking Olympics. With how crappy the conditions are this year, he might actually be a perfect fit. Jake responds saying, the fact you're turning this into a game with points is disgusting. And I'll make this point because someone I know who did something bad and got convicted for it means I can't call out others for doing bad. L take as always, Keem. Nah, for once Keem sounds like the fucking voice of reason. You're the one who's disgusting and can't take any accountability for the fact that you knew you covered up for this disgusting pedophile who was heavily involved within children's content. Fuck off with this bullshit. I can't believe you made Keemstar look like the good guy for once. What the fuck? So of course, Keem does what he loves to do most and posted a video responding to Jake. Jake says, I stopped at clown. That's you. Again, just because I know someone who did something bad doesn't mean I can't call out others for doing bad. My god, this guy is like a fucking broken record. He literally sounds like an NPC in fucking Skyrim that you're just clicking on the same dialogue option over and over. Jake literally sounds like, the fucking guards in Whiterun who all have the same voice and say the same things to you walking past.
Adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Yo, I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Jake, the reason no one takes you seriously calling out Chris is because you knew and hired and defended your pedophile brother-in-law. It's the cuties argument, right? It's like how the director and people like Sneeko tried to say, oh, well, the movie teaches you that, exploitation of kids is wrong. And how does it accomplish that? By exploiting kids. You're calling out Chris Tyson while at the very same time defending your own pedophile brother-in-law who molested an 11-year-old. I mean, the double standard is fucking pathetic. Rules for thee, but not for me. I get it, Chris Tyson can get all the criticism. Rightfully so, but your brother-in-law who's actually on the fucking registry, oh no, it's just some big misunderstanding, guys. It's just a big misunderstanding. And now we approach Nicholas DeOrio versus Jake, and this is a fucking beatdown if I've ever seen one. Holy shit. Reminds me of one of the Batman Arkham games where Batman's just going to Pound Town on one of the freaking thugs, trying to get an answer. Breaks their arm in 3 places and then says, now talk! Nicholas DeOrio says Jimmy knew Lamau in response to Jake's tweet about the whole Chris Tyson thing, which is, again, fucking ironic, considering that Jake admitted that him and Jimmy knew about his brother-in-law being on the registry. Jake says he did he not? Again, the self-awareness of a fucking goldfish here. I'm honestly astounded. Let's keep going. Yeah, but you did too. Oh, fuck. Sorry. He used the wrong form of to. Real quick, that always pisses me off when people can't use, the correct form of grammar. There's a difference between your and your people. God damn. Sorry, Nick, I love you, but God. You're both made for each other. Hey, that's what I said. No way. Hey, you think Nick's watching my videos before I even publish them? Holy shit. At least Jimmy hasn't made a public defense for your sex offender brother-in-law just yet. You own that department for now, though. Ooh! gosh, it gets worse because Jake... Do you think Jake, you know, takes an ounce of reflection or credibility or owns it? Nope! I knew about my BIL because he was convicted. So what would be the point of exposing him? He's already been charged. If you wanted to know, you could have Googled. But you didn't care until it became big news that Jimmy hired him. Well, you see, the problem is, again, in his registry, it lists him as a moderate risk, and there are things that he has lied about, like working for Mr. Beast. Again, I doubt that the state of Delaware would be very happy knowing a convicted sex offender worked on one of the largest children's YouTube channels. I've been saying it over and over again dozens of times, and I'll keep saying it. If Jake's gonna repeat himself, by fucking God, I will too. And you never cared about him being a pedophile, you know, despite you saying, you know, you care about kids. Fuck off, Jake. Nick, do you think 16-year-olds should fuck 11-year-olds? Jake, what's crazy is the accusation isn't even for fucking, but the answer is still no. Oh, right, guys, it wasn't that bad because he didn't fuck the 11-year-old. Oh, right. And again, he uses the A word. He uses fucking accusations. It is not a fucking accusation. He got convicted by the state of Delaware. Stop trying to go for the cancel culture narrative. No one gives a fuck. The state of Delaware doesn't care about your fucking brother. Alright? Holy shit, the way that Jake talks about Delaware, you would think, you know, he fucking saved the president or something. You know, is this Leon Kennedy? Is this Chris Redfield? Did they, you know, stop a fucking bioweapon from releasing all over the world? Like, this is just so weird to keep saying it was accusations and he's innocent. Like, again, I've already addressed all of this in my last video, but it's just so disgusting and tiring to see him peddle the same points over and over again when no one fucking believes it. No one's taking you seriously, dude. You're just getting known as a pedophile defender at this point.
No! That's not canceled! That's the law! That's the fucking law! When you do a crime, you go to jail! You're not canceled! You're a criminal!
Nick, what's crazy is it isn't an accusation. He pleaded guilty and is currently a registered sex offender in the state of Delaware. Jake, correct, but how did it start? Oh, that's right, with accusations. Wow, I can just feel the fucking sarcasm right off the page. You never said that. You said that only allegations were levied against him, and somehow the state of Delaware still convicted him for that. Now you're trying to, you know, backtrack and shift the goalposts to, oh, it just started with allegations. No, that's all you said was, it was allegations hurled against your brother-in-law that the state of Delaware acted on. You didn't say that there was anything else. Again, fuck off. Nick, do you think 16-year-olds should fuck 11-year-olds? I really like how he's hammering him home on the point and not letting him slip. Good job, Nick. Then we got Optimus jumping into the mix as well. It's not a wild take at all. You're a hypocrite who omitted the fact about his brother-in-law being a convicted child sex predator to your audience while you stood on your high horse. Keep coping about it, though. Oh my god, this just feels embarrassing. Like, do you have a humiliation fetish? Do you like just constantly being owned on Twitter? Because this is the 5th tweet I've seen, and we're not even halfway there, of you just getting absolutely fucking dog walked around around the park. Like, this is embarrassing, dude. Holy shit. Jake, no one is coping, buddy. Laugh emoji, nothing was omitted. But hey man, keep tweeting out your was for views. Oh god. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. Nothing was omitted. Again, a bold-faced lie. Liar, 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 pants on fire. You lied to everyone and said that Jimmy knew about Chris Tyson and this horrible stuff, but you conveniently left out the fact that Jimmy also knew about your pedophile brother-in-law along with you. The next tweet even calls this out as well. Keep that same energy you had for Chris. Do you agree that your brother-in-law is disgusting and a bad person? Yes or no? And again, Jake is doing what he did best. He dodged, you know, Nicholas's question, and he's dodging this one like fucking Neo from The Matrix. Jake, why? He was convicted. Chris is still clean. Yeah, he was convicted, but he still worked in a child-centric field. That is absolutely a fucking problem. Yeah, and Chris should be held accountable for the disgusting things that went on in that Discord server. No one's disputing this, by the way. No one is going after Delaware and saying, you know, that Ava is completely innocent. No one's fucking saying this. Who's making this argument? Are they in the room with us now? Do you have, like, fucking schizophrenia and you're hearing voices or something, dude? Like, you might need to go to the doctor or something. Check yourself into a mental asylum. God damn. How do you now see that defending a convicted pedo is bad? Jake, I'm defending myself against the mob, saying that I'm wrong for not dragging him into this when he didn't do anything in this situation at all. He is a convicted pedophile working with kids, working for kids, working around kids. That is absolutely going to be a fucking problem. Stop using the cancel culture narrative. It's not like your brother-in-law is being canceled for using the gamer word. It's nothing like that. He is confirmed because he molested an 11-year-old and he is working around kids. And you omitted and covered that up, you dirty, disgusting fuck. God, this is just making, God, focus, 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 ultimate focus. Inner peace, inner peace. We gotta get through this. Optimus comes back in. He sexually assaulted a child and was hired to work for a children's entertainment company. You're a pedophile defender and a victim blamer. GG's. I love how Jake earlier, was going to shit on Keemstar for treating it like a game, and here he is using fucking laughing emojis to talk about his brother who raped a middle schooler. Yeah, way to live up to your own standards, man. Jesus fucking Christ. So which is it? Do you take this situation seriously? And it just comes across that, you were just saying that to get a one-up on Keemstar because, oh, he's the villain of YouTube. It's easy to shit on him. Well, guess what, Jake? It's your turn to sit in the corner and wear the fucking dunce cap. So, hope you enjoy. Optimus, here's the definition of omission for you since you clearly don't understand it. You did. The whole time you were up on your little soapbox about others being pedophiles, and you had plenty of chances to say, and by the way, here's the truth, but you didn't. Why didn't you, Jake? Yeah, that's the problem. If you're gonna call out Chris for the Discord and the disgusting things that happened in it, you need to reveal the fact that your brother was also involved as well, and jokes were made behind the scenes about him being a convicted child molester. That's the big problem. It's very clear that Jake has a very heavy bias and a very heavy double standard in skewing to one side. That is why people are grilling and roasting the shit out of you. And instead of, saying, you know what, he's my brother-in-law, you guys are right, I had a bit of bias towards him, we should hold everyone accountable in this situation, he shouldn't have been hired around kids, you still don't see anything wrong with it, and that's why you're still getting dog-walked, my guy. Jake comes back in saying, so convicted people aren't allowed employment. And what do you mean, support pedophiles? Again, the fact that, you had them in a child-focused career field, the fact that they didn't report it to Delaware, because I'm sure Delaware and North Carolina would love to know that. Again, we're not stupid, Jake. We know that Mr. Beast's content is primarily made for children. It's as family-friendly as it possibly gets. Optimus, I mean, he's your brother-in-law, and you're on here grandstanding for him, saying you believe he did nothing wrong. And you stood by as he was hired for years to make content for children. That's a good measure for the word support, I'd say. Which, God, it's so fucking condescending, but Jake deserves it. I wonder what Jake's head is made of, because that material might be so dense we can make, fucking tanks out of that shit. And, when the next World War comes around, we're gonna have, the best armor plating on the market. Jake, considering I know the full story, and have tried to say it, but no one can read apparently, yes, I believe he did nothing wrong because of how easily it is for girl to cry wolf. Seen it dozens of times in the sports world, and I wasn't hired till after him. Another part y'all apparently didn't read. This is just disgusting to me. You are an absolute human piece of shit, Jake, to try and make this equal to any of the sports people, in college who are at a party and then they, slept with some girl and the girl later came back and alleged this about them. This is not the case here at all. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's an 11-year-old girl. Why would the state of Delaware convict something like that if there wasn't severe proof behind it? My mind is just blown. What do you mean we don't have the story? We can look at the court records for themselves. It's public record, you dumb, stupid fuck. Anyone can look this up for themselves. And especially the tweets that Ava Tyson said earlier before that something happened in your family with this person. You aren't a truthful person. You've been lying this entire time. You literally lied when you dragged Ava out into the limelight, but not your disgusting fuck brother who had all these inappropriate jokes made about him behind the scenes, even by Mr. Beast himself. God, this is so fucking infuriating, dude. It's the same thing over.
But the definition of insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
He actually said he believes an 11-year-old girl is crying wolf and lied about his brother's child assault conviction because he's seen it happen to his favorite athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake the rape apologist, child victim blamer. Yeah, isn't that fucking crazy? Decide with your child molester brother that the state of Delaware convicted than the 11-year-old girl who was his victim. That is fucking wild to me. I'm just at a loss for words, you know? Like, these guys like Optimus and Nick are doing such a good job of cooking Jake right now. I don't even have to do anything except add fucking seasoning onto it. Holy shit. I wonder how he's gonna respond to this, though. Jake, you don't fucking read, do you? Jesus, man. Putting words in my mouth, changing the story. You're just the next Keemstar. Yeah, dude. Optimus is the next Keemstar. Dude, I've watched Optimus's content before, and it's like in and out, you know? It's good, but you know what you're gonna get every time. He is not fucking Keemstar. What the that just... You are so fucking stupid, Jake. It amazes me. My IQ has been divided by at least a half since I fucking started reading this. Optimus, point out very specifically what I said that was putting words in your mouth, fucking tard, Lamau. And then Optimus later follows it up by saying, zero response, just like the one where I asked you why you let it go for so long. And that's the end of the tweets. Holy fucking Spurgfest, Batman. That was an absolute nightmare to get through. Jake takes no accountability for his own actions and instead tries to warp and reframe the story that his convicted child molester brother-in-law is actually the victim and that the 11-year-old girl is the one who took advantage of him and accused him. This is insanely wild to me, and the fact I'm just baffled. This has got to be one of the most horrible responses to any set of allegations I've seen, and I've seen a fucking ukulele and DJ apology. My mind is fucking fried right now, guys. That's gonna do it for the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.